Welcome to the J.R. Hendrick Texan Gentleman, the podcast that deals with the early life of J.R. Hendrick. And now, a speech by J.R.'s father at the Enterprise Institute of Mississippi 43rd Annual Convention in Jackson, Mississippi, November 15th, 1994. You know, it is flattering to be able to stand up here on this stage and be up on my soapbox and tell you what I've told some of these good old boys here in charge of the organization at the conclave last night. Those of you who missed that, I might as well go ahead and tell everybody, because we all have to be a team. Every talking head and every policymaker on the left, from New York and Washington, D.C., has a weakness. Let's find something on every one of these people so that in 96 we can continue to drive them out of office. Let me tell you something. A week ago today, there was a massive conservative revolution. And I gotta say, on both sides of the aisle, there were winners and losers. But the left is vulnerable. And we know that. Bill Clinton is artful. He's clever. He's also very merciless when it comes to promoting his agenda and his policy. If you think he's going to work with the people elected by the American people, think again. It's not going to happen. You think Clinton is going to work for conservative enterprise, for free enterprise? Think again. I don't know how many times I've been told by Clinton insiders, keep your mouth shut. Tone down your rhetoric. Here's my question. Is it rhetoric according to the talking heads? Or is it rhetoric according to how my boy JR is being trained? Shout out to my boy JR. I underestimate him. Sometimes I think we underestimate what this next generation can do for free enterprise. With this election going the way it is, the way it has, let's hope we can never underestimate them again. Because I'm going to tell you this. I have loved most of what I have experienced in Jackson, Mississippi. Most of you have been very hospitable. I want to say your Governor Fortas is absolutely amazing. And I hope that you guys keep him as a part of the Mississippi tradition. The blessing is this. Small Business Administration is there to offer some services like loans, education, and help for those wanting to be in businesses. However, I think that we aren't doing enough. I don't know when we'll ever do enough. So that's why federal, state programs to help those who want to go into enterprise for themselves that don't necessarily have the resources or manpower to get those resources and manpowers like they should. Now, I've been serving this good country off and on for about, a year and a half. Bush, he was doing good for the economy, but I think he let foreign policy get in the way. And Clinton, let's face it, his first year in office, it's been nothing but a joke and scandals. And each one of you in this convention hall in Jackson, Mississippi know this. I want to say this. Clinton's policy analysts had better come up with a better strategy. Because last week proved that he was wrong. And if Hillary believes that her good friend Senator Joe Biden is going to help him, oh no. If he ever becomes president, this country is going to fall on the ground. But I didn't come here to talk to you about politics totally. I came here to talk to you about free enterprise. The right and the ability to build your own company from the ground up with assistance from the right people. I tell you something. God is behind free enterprise. Last night at the dinner, even though a lot of stuff was technical stuff, one thing I gotta say about our good dear president of EIM and Enterprise Institute of Mississippi is he knows that it's the money, but also he knows in this world economy it's God versus Satan. I know I pissed off some little politicians up there in Washington, but I don't care. I came from West Texas. I worked the oil fields. Let me tell you something. During the time of Watergate, I saw how our government violated our trust. I saw how it impacted the oil fields and the people that got hurt. And I swore that with me and my kids, that something like this was never going to happen again. What matters most? Let me ask you, fellow entrepreneurs of the Enterprise Institute of Mississippi, what matters most to you? It should be family. I said that in 1973 at the heart of Watergate. I only had one kid at that time, my 3-year-old son, JR. And let me tell you something, that kid was so sickly. I had to learn to be by his side. I had to learn to rope up his mama from being so wild and come back and try to work things out so I can get the right medical treatment that we need. And let me tell you something. Family is important. And socialized medicine ain't going to help the family. You know that Bill Clinton is in an awkward position with his policy analysts right now. You know that not everything is rosy in the White House right now. You know he's probably briefing them saying something's got to change. I tell you something. I'm predicting this. If we're stupid enough, almost 30 years from now, to elect someone like Joe Biden or hell, Ted Kennedy, then somebody at this point around that time, somebody's going to say something's going to change, or this country's going to end up going to hell. Let me tell you something. I remember when my son was born. We didn't take my wife Betsy to the hospital. My father-in-law hired the best midwife. He wanted his firstborn grandson born on the ranch. I was out minding the cows just before the sun come down, and I was told, hurry up quick. 6:57 on the night of January 20th, 1970. My son was there. I wasn't the first one to hold him. His granddad, my father-in-law, the rancher, picked him up and he said, Jim, this boy is going to be a major entrepreneurial and political powerhouse. Now, what are you going to do once this convention is over at 4 p.m. tomorrow? Go home, sit in your Barker Lounger and complain about what's going on in Washington, D.C.? If so, why'd you come here when you could be building businesses and impacting other people's lives, changing people's hearts and minds one life at a time? You're going to sit there and fart around? How many of you are going to protect your kids from being indoctrinated? I'm lucky. My son may be going to a public university, but he belongs to one of the most powerful Christian clubs that I didn't even think to join when I went to college at SMU. My boy's at Texas Tech. And let me tell you something. Sometimes when I go see him on that campus like I did on Election Day, my heart swelled with pride. That don't mean that we can't correct our kids, even if they're adults. You know, there's a problem in our culture nowadays where the government's telling kids, oh, you can't spank, parents, you can't spank your kids. Really? I told my second son, who's got a family, you live in my ranch, you live by my rules. You understand? He hates that. But he's working, what time he's not doing Coast Guard Reserve duty, he's working on my ranch. And he does what he's told. Now, my youngest daughter, she's 14 years old right now. I don't know what to think of her. I think she's going crazy. But let me tell you something. You guys, my family's got hard. God bless y'all. God bless America. God bless y'all. Hope you enjoyed listening to the J.R. Hendrick Texan Night. If you like what you hear, please subscribe, become a part of the adventure. This is the James Hendrick Empowerment Network saying until next time, get ready for the rest of the story. It's going to get more interesting from here.